Hello, welcome to Chapter 6, Part 2. We're going to continue talking about focus pitch in this review lesson. So go ahead and open your book to page 84. And like last week, you'll see there is a picture of an American drama there. But because this is YouTube, I'm not allowed to put copyrighted material on. So I'm going to read the dialogue in the movie itself. And you'll notice that this conversation is not the beginning of a conversation, it's in the middle. What we're doing today is we're going to start learning where focus pitch is after a conversation has begun. So I'm going to try to imitate the intonation and the way these two people were talking. And I want you to notice where the focus pitches were. So here we go. Sure, I'm so glad we did this. It feels so good. It does. It feels really good. What I want you to know is that the focus pitches was on sure, did, good, does, and then really. We're going to learn today why the focus pitch was jumping around like that. You'll notice it's often toward the end of the sentence, but in the last one, it's not on the last word. Why does it do this? That's what we're going to answer in this review session. So everyone go down to page 85, and let me give you the first rule for focus pitch after a conversation starts. Here's what I want you to know. Focus pitch after a conversation begins. After a conversation begins, so after the first thought group, the new information content word in the conversation is the focus pitch word. That is, focus pitch jumps around in a conversation, but it jumps to new information. Whatever the new idea is in a conversation, that tends to get a focus pitch bump on it. The corollary to this is this idea. Old information content words, or words that we can assume your partner knows already, don't have focus pitch. So new information gets focus pitch. Old information does not get focus pitch. So let me give you two examples of this. So there are 4 sentences here, but there are only 4 thought groups. So there's going to be 4 focus pitches. Notice how the focus pitch moves to whatever the new information is in the information. So here we go. My cat eats fish. Fish is the last piece of new information. Loves it. Loves is the new piece of information. But only fresh fish. Fresh is the new piece of information. Fish has been mentioned before. Fish is old information at this point. He eats it slowly. Slowly is the last bit of new information. One more example to illustrate the same principle. Again, new information gets focus pitch. Old information doesn't get focus pitch. My sister works at a restaurant. Restaurant is the last content word. She's a waitress. Waitress is new information. She hates the restaurant. Hates is new information, so it gets focus pitch. But restaurant has been mentioned before. It's old information, so it doesn't get focus pitch. The restaurant is old. Old is new information, so it gets focus pitch. Restaurant doesn't get focus pitch because it's old information at this point in the conversation. Go ahead and move down. And go ahead and skip page 86. Move on to page 87 at the top. There's one more thing I want you to know. Most of the time in a conversation, there's more than one piece of new information. In conversation, usually there's lots of new information. It's very rare to find only one piece of new information in a thought group. Many times, there are many pieces of new information in a thought group. What do you do? One thought group, one focus pitch. What do you do if you have 5 pieces of new information? You still only have one focus pitch, and here's what you should do. If there's lots of new information in a thought group, what you need to do is put the focus pitch on the last piece of new information in the thought group. So if you have lots of new information, put the focus pitch on the last piece of new information. So go ahead and go down to the next page. And there's one more thing I want you to know. There are times in conversation when there's no new information. Everything in the conversation is old information, or it's information you can assume your partner already knows. So let me give you an example. In this conversation, Sally, this woman, and Ross are talking. Sally says, "So, no ring. Can I assume you're also a single parent?" And you'll notice in Ross's statement, "I am a single parent," there's no new information. Single parent has been mentioned before, and I is not a content word, B is not a content word, and A is not a content word. So nothing in Ross's sentence can be considered new information. What do you do if there's no new information in a thought group at all? You still have to have a focus pitch, and something special happens here. So go to the next page. Let me give you the last focus pitch of this lesson. If you have no new information at all, none, doesn't happen a lot, but if it happens, this is what you need to do. If there is no new information content words, none at all, put the focus pitch on the modal. So words like can, will, should, must. If there's no modal verb, put the focus pitch on the be verb. I told you the last class, on the last lesson, that the be verb and modals are not content words, and they don't take focus pitch. In general, that's true. This is the exception. If there's no new information at all, then the be verb and the modals start to take focus pitch, but it's under a very limited circumstance. No new information only. Okay, that's the end of this lesson, and it's a lot. Just to quickly review, new information takes focus pitch. Old information doesn't take focus pitch. If there's lots of new information, put the focus pitch on the last piece of new information. If there's no new information at all, put the focus pitch on the modal. If there's no modal, put it on the be verb. And again, the last one doesn't happen very often, but it does happen sometimes, so you do need to know it. Good luck on the quiz. Goodbye.